Ritika from IntelliRise. Today we'll study about the different transitions that are used in CSS3. To use this transition in CSS3, you have to simply use two steps. Well, first one is the CSS property that you want to use, and second is that you have to mention the duration for that particular effect, that how much time it would last on that web page. Well, we'll implement our first program, which is based on this transition. What I have done, I've taken a division and I've taken a paragraph that hover over the elements to see the transition effect, and let's see what actually happens. In this division, I've taken the width and the height of my particular division, and the background is orange. The transition, I have defined the width for 2 seconds, and for height I have defined 4 seconds. And the hover effect will change my width from 100 to 200 pixels and the height from 100 pixels to 200 pixels. Well, let's understand that what actually happens when we run this program. Well, this is your normal element with 100 pixels width and height, but once you will hover over this element, you can see your height and width has increased. Well, this is how your transition effect works. Now, let's see that how transition and transformation together can create that awesome effect. Well, transition is such that when the user will hover over the element, it increases its size, and after certain duration defined by the user, which I have defined like 2 seconds, and here I have defined 2 seconds. This duration defined by the user will, the time it will end, then it will come back to its original size. Now let's see that how transition and transformation can create effect. We have taken a division, and with that division element we have taken the width and height 100 pixels, and when I'll hover over this division, it will change to 300 pixels with the height and width also. And the transition time which I have used is 2 seconds for width, height, and the transformation I have defined the 2 seconds. My transformation also includes rotate 180 degrees, and this transformation will last for 2 seconds. Well, let's see how it happens. We'll save this program and run it in our default browser. Well, this is how your output would be. When you will hover over this element, you can see that effect. You can see it has rotated, and even the transition has taken place as your width and height has increased from 100 pixels to 300 pixels. Well, this is how your transformation and transition can create such sort of effect. Well, I have taken one more example so that we could understand this on a better basis. I've taken a division element and I have defined the width and height and the background, and this transition property is based only for width. So what you will see that the changes would be only shown along that particular width, and this duration would be for 2 seconds, and this transition timing function is linear. Well, it could be changed, and this transition delay is 1 second. Transition delay is that when you will hover over that particular element, it would take 1 second to respond, and the duration is 2 seconds, which means it will hold that property for 2 seconds, and after hovering over this element, your width will increase from 100 to 300 pixels. Well, let's see how it happens. Well, this is my element. When I hover over this, it has increased from 100 to 300 pixels. Well, one thing you have to notice that when I have hovered over this element, it won't ultimately change and it won't ultimately show the transition effect. It will take 1 second's delay time. Let me show you how. Well, this is how your transition effect works. Well, implement this program with lot more changes and see how different and wonderful effects you can create. Well, that's all for today. Stay tuned to IntelliLearn.in for more updates.